Hey, what's going on, internet? This is an absolute last minute video. I am your Sunday host, and it's very early this morning. Now, I know last week I promised that I was going to I didn't promise, but I put up Zelda Breath of the Wild footage for today's video. However, my friends and everybody who has been trying to post up Zelda Breath of the Wild has been flagging videos, and because this necessarily isn't my channel, I don't want to get any channel in trouble. I don't want to get any videos flagged, so I don't want any issues or anything like that. So you guys are gonna be seeing whatever game is playing. This isn't gonna be live gameplay right now. This is gameplay that I've done and I recorded, but at this point I wanted to kind of take time to talk about my impressions of the Switch, my impressions on Breath of the Wild, and just talk about it. So let's get started. All right, let's first talk about the Switch console itself. I got my Switch at around 6 o'clock Mountain Time, and it was very upsetting because everybody on 7-7 Gaming that got a Switch got it, early, they got it earlier, and because they did in-store pickup and things, and here I am just sitting here waiting for UPS to drop off my package. So it was getting kind of late, and as soon as I got it, I did a massive unboxing video, which is you guys can watch on the Will of Gaming YouTube channel. And it ended up being like 42 minutes because I got like a whole bunch of stuff, and it was great. I loved it. I got like a Zelda Arts and Artifacts book, the strategy guide, a poster, 1-2 Switch, all the Zelda amiibo. It's a lot of stuff. And it was great to unbox so much, like piling all that stuff and then getting it. Plus I got some eShop games such as Fast Racing RMX and Snipper Clips. Anyways. So my first impressions of the Switch were not positive. When I opened it, I thought it was really cool and everything was cool, but when I actually plugged it in, turned it on, I was having a lot of negative experiences. I connected it to my Wi-Fi, and that's where the problem happened. It wasn't connecting, it wouldn't stay connected or whatever, and I'm like, what is going on? So I needed to update because there's a day one update. And so if you are a person who doesn't have the internet, you probably are not watching this video, or maybe you're in a position where you can watch the internet and you happen to watch this video. But what happened is that my router is in my bedroom, and I wanted to play the Switch on the big TV in the living room. So I connected, and I connected to the TV and whatnot. And it wasn't working in the living room. The range was too small. It wasn't working. I'm like, what? All my other consoles work, like Xbox, PlayStation, Wii U, 3DS. They all work in the living room. Why is this one not working? Well, I have a dual band router, and after about 2 hours of messing around with it, I decided to try the other dual band router, signal thing. And then that fixed the whole situation. So now that's situated and that's done, and I'm happy about that. So the Switch is now fixed, but it took 2 hours of frustration. So getting the online set up was probably the hardest part of the whole entire thing. Trying to figure out what was going on and things. And though it could have just been me being stupid, at the same time, I'm incredibly happy that I got it fixed and all that other stuff. So I didn't get to play Zelda Breath of the Wild day one. I didn't even get to play 1-2 Switch. So I played Snipper Clips demo, and that was fantastic. Snipper Clips is a really, really fun game, and I highly recommend that you guys get it. If you guys have a significant other, brother and sister, or cousin, somebody that you know that games with you, and you can actually local multiplayer with, get Snipper Clips. It is so fun. It's only $20. There is a demo available if you guys got a Switch in the US store. So if you guys want to create a US account, if you guys are from other countries like Europe or Japan, I don't think you guys have a demo for Snipper Clips. So if you want the Snipper Clips demo, go right ahead and download it. Anyways, there was a few things about the Switch that I found out that I did not like. Like, you cannot transfer your saves to anything. Your saves are like basically what games were to the Wii U. They are tied to that console. If you got rid of it, if you traded it in, if you and buy it again later, your saves aren't there. You can't put it on a memory card. If you broke it, or if it got stolen, or if you left it somewhere, your saves is gone. And it's ironic that one of it has one of the biggest games, in my personal opinion, in the century, right then and there. And I'm like, what? So you're telling me that I'm going to spend hundreds of hours on this Zelda, which I wouldn't mind doing 4 or 5 times in my lifetime. But, and we'll get into Breath of the Wild in a second, but you're telling me that all that progress is tied to a console? Like, why would you do that? And then there was like other things that were going on. Now, like, I'm scared to like play undocked, because there's also stuff that's going around that people have reported that if you take the dock out of this, if you take the Switch out of the dock, that it scratches the screen, and that it's a lot of issues. I'm like, what is going on here? This is not cool. It's not cool. So I'm very, very concerned by that, to be honest. I'm very, very concerned. Now let's talk about Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is the best game that I've ever played. It is giving me that nostalgic feeling when I was a kid. There was games that I was so into gaming when I was a kid that when I was in school I couldn't focus because I was busy thinking about the game that I just played. Ocarina of Time gave me that feeling. Donkey Kong Country gave me that feeling. There was a few other games that really gave me that feeling, like Kingdom Hearts and other things gave me that feeling. And this is giving me that feeling. Like yesterday, I played it from 5 a.m. all the way to like 9 a.m. 9 p.m. And oh my God. What? I love that game. I couldn't even, like, out of all the hours that I played, I just got to the first dungeon. And I didn't even beat it. I just stopped right there. Once I got into the first dungeon, I got inside of it, and I was like, okay. All right, cool. Now I'm going to experience the first dungeon for the first time. I love the fact that you can change your armor in this. Like, you can change your armor, you can change your weapons. I just love how diverse it is. It's so hard to explain. It's like they've infused every single like major Zelda in there. Like, you can feel parts of Zelda 1 in there in terms of freedom. You can feel the RPG and the hard element of like Zelda 2. You can see the seasons change, like an Oracle of Seasons. And then the whole time plot of 100 years is like Oracle of Ages. I mean, it's just, the art style gives me a Skyward Sword mixed with Wind Waker vibe. It's just great. Like, I could like, and then like the story is more like of a Majora's Mask-esque feel. And it just feels as epic as Ocarina of Time, but more epic. Like, wow. I got to this part. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but it felt like I was playing an animated like show. That's what playing Zelda Breath of the Wild feels like to me. It feels like I'm playing a really good anime. Like, this is how an anime should be, like an anime game should be, The art style feels very anime-like, which I love. It feels like I'm playing like Avatar Last Airbender or something like that. But it's just so good. And I love it. The clothing selection, I'm not really, like, I love the clothes, don't get me wrong. I'm not 100% too fond of a lot of the stuff. I mean, sometimes you get like really good weapons and they break a lot, or the inventory, it takes absolutely forever to upgrade your inventory or your lives or anything, because you got to keep doing stuff to make that happen, and it takes a while. This map is huge. Now, when I'm talking about how huge this map is, I'm not over exaggerating. It took me, like I said, from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. of playing. So I don't know how many hours that is. I can't math because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know how many hours it is. You guys can do the math. So 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. I've been playing I played all day, and I can't wait. I was having trouble going to sleep because I wanted to play. I wanted to know what a dungeon is and like how that is, and oh my god, I just kept having dreams. I was taking pictures because you could take pictures on the Switch using the capture button. I've never been so obsessed with this game in my life. And the fact that you could play this, like you could pick it up and go in like a car or on a plane or anywhere. That blows my damn mind. I am so happy. So now I'm getting like a screen protector. Eventually, I'm gonna have to get. I want to get Shovel Knight, Treasure Trove, and I want to get the another charger. So that way that if I'm planning on going out and I'm just taking the handheld with me, I have the charger with me at all times, and I can play, because I don't feel comfortable playing the Switch without a charger, because it bothers me so much when I see that go below like 100% or like 90%. It bothers me. But overall, my experience with the Switch has been good. I haven't experienced any problems that other people have been having. I saw a drop test video, which you guys also should watch, where the guy's like dropping the Switch 11 times and it still works. Like he dropped it 4 times on its face, but he kept the Joy-Cons in. I wanted him to take the Joy-Cons off and just drop it like that. I knew that the Joy-Cons were cheap, because the Joy-Cons feel cheap. Like after playing with the Pro Controller and then going back to the Joy-Cons don't feel good anymore. They feel good when you have it like, in the horizontal mode and you're playing like, like a small indie game, or you're playing whatever. That feels good. But when you're playing with the Pro Controller and you're playing Zelda, I cannot play that on Joy-Cons anymore because it is so good. So I'm so glad I got the Pro Controller. I am so glad that I got everything that I wanted day one. Now I just need to get Shovel Knight and an extra plug. I'm getting the screen protector. Once I get all that, I'm going to be good. Well, also, I want to get myself the kickstand thing. This is a design flaw. This is the only major thing I hate about the Switch. I would love to play tabletop all the time, but it looks like if I want to, but like I said, I always like to have my console charged and plugged in and stuff. So they say, well, because it's in tabletop, they put the port in the bottom, for docking purposes, and that makes sense. But you can't plug and play in tabletop mode. And that's unnecessary, because I wouldn't play Zelda, on tabletop mode. Well, I would if I'm desperate and I really want to play something. But for something like Zelda, I need to have it plugged in. I need to. If I'm playing something like Snipper Clips or like 1-2 Switch, or like something that doesn't require like a lot of graphics, or it's not graphics heavy or battery draining heavy, I would get it. The battery for Zelda Breath of the Wild, like from other people's tests, have only done like 2 hours and 2 hours and 28 minutes, so something around there. So, and then I realized, this game has been getting 10s and everything, and I'm like, wow, yes, it deserves every score. This is literally going to change the gaming department, just like Ocarina of Time changed the gaming market, which I hope it changes it in a good way. But I bet you there's going to be a lot of games that are like open world games are going to try to do what Zelda does. And I'm like, yay, Nintendo example. I don't know. Nintendo's always been has mostly been an example for a lot of people. Microsoft has been an example, for the online market and how your online store should be. PlayStation's somewhere neutral. It's like in the middle. It gets the best of both. But like, I don't know. But at the same time, I'm a huge Nintendo fan, and I love Nintendo, and I do love all my other consoles. I really do. I love them. It's just that I get that unique experience from Nintendo. I always seem to have fun because the focus is on gameplay and not on story or graphics or anything else. I'm not a multiplayer guy, so I really don't play multiplayer side of any of these consoles. Anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for hearing me talk about the Switch. If you guys are still debating on whether you should get the Switch or not, in my opinion, Zelda Breath of the Wild is on Wii U. And from a friend, it's the same experience on the Wii U. So if you have a Wii U and you can't afford a Switch right now, you can't afford, because the Switch requires a lot of accessories if you want it to be just right. Like if you want it to be like, you know, if you want to be able to charge it and portable, you got to buy an accessory. If you got to buy a screen protector, that's an accessory. You got to buy a Pro controller, that's another accessory. So really the $300 price tag that you're looking at, it's not really $300. You can buy the console as is, and it's definitely playable in the state that it's in. But, you know, if you're picky or choosy or whatever, you're going to want to get some accessories for this. So yeah, whatever you do, don't get skins. Do not skin your Switch. I don't care how beautiful that Zelda one looks. Do not put a skin on your Switch, because it is known for damaging the console. Not damaging the aesthetic of the console, such as like, you know, like the logos, like the paint is coming off or something like that. So just letting you guys know. All right. So, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys want to get Zelda Breath of the Wild, I highly suggest, if you have a Wii U, get it. If you have a Switch, get it. This game is going to last you a very long time, depending on how hardcore you game. So if you're like super hardcore, I'm assuming this will take like about a week and a half, depending on how many hours you're putting into it daily. And if you are just like a person that, like, you know, you're busy, you have a job, and you know you have like a full busy schedule, this game will probably be a bit overwhelming. It's very long and it takes a very long time, but you are going to have fun doing it. And this is a perfect game to play while traveling. Just make sure you get a battery pack. You see accessories, what I'm doing. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much. Bye-bye. I know I said bye 3 times, and I know you saw my forehead in the last video, and I apologize for that. This is why there is no camera this episode. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. And please subscribe to 7 and 7 Gaming. Watch the other people that are on the channel and show them your support, show them your love, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Bye-bye.